I think the first thing we always have to say is these are working theories, working hypotheses, actions. There is not yet enough data to come to absolute conclusions. I've talked to a number of U.S. officials. They tell me, in particular, one official says they are now focusing on the theory that those in the cockpit were responsible for the deliberate act that took this plane down. How do they come to this conclusion? It's either the pilot, the co-pilot, or both. That they do not know. But it does start with that left-hand turn. What this official is telling me is the plane came out of Kuala Lumpur. It was handed off by Kuala Lumpur Air Traffic Control. At that point, before Vietnam's air traffic control picked it up, the cockpit, the plane made a left-hand turn, a very deliberate left-hand turn. Pre-programmed or not, may not be totally relevant. They made a deliberate left-hand turn, this official telling me, between two air traffic control jurisdictions. It's the perfect place to begin to disappear, and that was the first step. The plane then flew out into the Indian Ocean. So why do they say those in the cockpit, not a hijacker in the passenger cabin? The theory is this, Don. If it had been a passenger that emerged from the passenger group, tried to get into the cockpit, in the post-9/11 world, those hundreds of passengers on board would have revolted, would have tried to have stopped him, would have tried to have gotten into the cockpit. What was the reason the passengers stayed in their seats, stayed calm by all accounts, for the 5 or more hours that the plane continued to fly? The theory is, why did they stay in their seats? They had some kind of voice message, if you will, over the voice system from the crew, from the pilot, the co-pilot, telling them everything is fine, maybe saying they were going to be diverted to another airport, something like that, until the plane, most likely, they say, flew into the southern Indian Ocean. It's a key question here. Not enough data to come to a conclusion, but those passengers, by all accounts, most likely stayed in their seat. Why did they do that? They certainly didn't think a hijacking was going on from a passenger in the cabin that suddenly got out of their seat.